So today we're going to have a wonderful personality in our live session. So he's going to talk about a lot of things, basically to inspire and motivate youth. I think his life experience and the journey of his enterprise has been really good, tremendous, and I think from him we can learn a lot of things. Play a small awareness video. It's about online sexual harassment. So I think it is something we need to talk about, and I think it is something we need to stand up against and speak up against. So I think I'll be playing this. Then we'll be starting our live session today.
The time something is happening online and it needs to stop now. You probably see it all the time. Comments like mal, balu, gossip about other people's relationship, getting harassed or threatened with photos or messages, people sharing private photos without consent, rumors about being gay or straight or in between, what they've done, with who. It's unkind, it's unfair, and it's unwanted. It's called online sexual harassment. It is never acceptable or justified. Sometimes it can even break the law. Online sexual harassment can leave the victims feeling judged, ashamed, and scared. Some people accept it as a con of the online world, but it doesn't have to be. Together, we can do something about it. Together, we can say stop. Reporting unacceptable online behavior can be the starting point. The person it's happening to might not feel like they can report it, but you can. The first step is to tell someone you trust. By telling someone, you are speaking up. So let's all do something about this. Step up and speak up and put an end to online sexual harassment.
So our guest for today is a very well-renowned personality. So you must have worn his shoes, and today is going to talk about how is it really like to walk in his shoes. So hello everyone. So welcome to our program. Hi there. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, Augie. I just came to check the internet. I think it was working. So how are you there?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Pretty nervous, a little nervous and excited as well to talk to you.
Okay.
You must not remember. I think I met you in 2013 or 14. I don't remember exactly when your store was the city center Pasari. You're like not exact store. You started out there, I guess. You used to do Facebook, marketing at that time. Didn't have a store, and I and my wife, she ordered a shoe, and we came there, and I think I've seen you there for the first time, and after that coming to this state, with a lot of success and a lot of recognition. That is such a beautiful journey that you have, and we're really excited to have you here today to talk with us. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, right. So like I told you in the email, so we've been doing this for 4th week from now. We are talking about different issues concerned with youths, right? So in the first 2 weeks, we talked about social media and mental health. And this week, we're talking about entrepreneurship and motivation for youths. And I thought your contribution in this, your talk in this will be very fruitful. When I was talking with one of the food bloggers, Wondrous Foodie, she did your interview back very long back, I think 2014 or 15, I don't remember. When I said I want to do an entrepreneur, she sent me your interviews you have done. Her name is Shraddha.
Okay.
If you know, she did for Business Insight or Wow or something. I don't remember. I'll send you after this.
Okay.
Then I thought it'd be really exciting to have you there. And the next day, Sumodai said me we are going to do an interview, a live session in NYEF, and I pleaded with him to talk to you about coming here, so. And you're so generous, so nice to have been agreed on that. So thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind words.
So I think the live I think would be for 1 hour. So if we extend beyond 1 hour, because the Instagram would only take for 1 hour, so we'll reconnect again then. But we'll try to
Sure,
cover
sure.
that in 1 hour, right? So pretty much like amazing journey that you have, right? So I really get motivated and inspired. Like to tell you, like I got my shoes gifted to me just 1 day before lockdown, and I couldn't wear
Okay.
it. I'm desperately waiting for the lockdown to get over to wear that. So I wore
Okay.
it like at home, right? I just want to take it out, like in office and all that. I got it just exactly 1 day before the lockdown. It was bought earlier, but when it got delivered to me, like it was just 1 day. So I'm really excited to wear my first pair of Dulla, like in TFT,
Okay.
out in the open. So I just want to tell you that. So I think that so let's get started. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I think your name does not need an introduction at all, but I'd like to hear a short, brief introduction of yourself, like a small piece of journey from yourself by first.
Okay, my name is Ahmed Dulla. I run the company by the name of the Factory Team. I'm Nepal's first footwear technologist, where मैले चाहिँ जुत्ता विषय नै पढेको, like proper shoes नै पढेको, like any doctor who studies a human body. I've studied shoes for 3 years. Uh, I think that's all about me, I think, in a short brief. So that would be my introduction.
Uh, the connection is pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you as well. There are some glitches, but it's fine for now. Okay, you're continuing.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm done with the introduction.
All right. All right. Yes. So Abdullah is a very sensational name, I'll say, in terms of you're the first footwear technologist in Nepal, right? Certified footwear technologist in Nepal, right? Being coming from a very weak academic, like lost for some time, I must say. Then you found your niche in shoe making, right? And turn around the whole industry, like give a fame and so much of name for yourself and for the company and for Nepal as well. I like to say that. So when you look at the success, so like to start with my first question. So when normally people look at a success today, right, they normally take it for granted, like they'll say like it is granted or it's just a piece of luck, but it is really otherwise. Like there are a lot of things behind that. So when you want to tell youths about your struggle behind the success, like your lessons learned behind the success, and what you achieved throughout this, what will that be?
See, first of all, के ध्यानमा राख्नुपर्छ भने the success that you probably see right now is not an overnight success. It's not about 2-3 वर्षको. It's almost more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
So it's there was a lot of dedication, there were a lot of patience, there were a lot of perseverance. So there was a mixture of a lot of things that has taken over the years. So it's not like यत्तिकै 2-3 वर्षको चाहिँ होइन that I've been working on.
So in this journey of 10 years, what you have collected as your experience, like there are a lot of ups and downs. Will come to that as well. What you have collected, what experience you have collected that you want to share with the youth today?
There's so many things that I have learned over the years in terms, especially in terms of patience, you know. If you have a lot of patience and if you are very dedicated, you learn a lot. That's what I've learned over the years. I do not have any mentors, you know, to look upon, and then I every second, every moment, I learn through experience.
So how is it that having no mentors, like that we can look up and from where you can learn? So how was it like? Was it very difficult
See, more than difficult,
for having?
it's about how you accept it. For me, shoes has always been a passion for me. I love shoes, so it was always a learning lesson for me. So I never considered it as what do you say a difficult part. It was a learning lesson for me.
So you had that hunger, right? And craving
Absolutely.
for yeah. Okay, so let's
Absolutely.
talk about you personally. Like when I say when we see Ahmed Dulla, like in professionally, you're a different person, might be right. So when you talk about yourself personally around your people who you love, like your family, your friends, what kind of person you exactly are?
I think I'm very open. I'm very, very much open. I I'm more of fun-loving. It takes time for me to know a person, but once I we get to know, I'm really like really, really close.
So how is Ahmed Dulla in his professional life? Like what nature of yours comes out when you're in your work, like in your professional.
Uh, I think emotional in terms of when it comes to my team, and then a sort of disciplined guy as well, and then not too serious as well when it comes to work. It's not always about work. There should be some sort of fun as well in work. So there's a lot of things.
So, what kind of organizational culture do TFT carry for now? Because you've been working alone for so many of time, then you have like a bigger team now. So, what kind of organizing culture have you developed in TFT for now?
Uh, After so many years, I've realized that I cannot do it on everything on my own. So I understood the value of HR when I did not have one because त्यति बेला धेरै स्टाफहरू हुन्थ्यो and then कति complaints आइरहेको हुन्छ स्टाफबाट more than complaint like problemsहरू. Then I used to think, why am I listening to these complaints? I think there should be someone else, who should take care of this. So त्यस्तो बुझ्दै गरेर HR came in, then accountant came in, then managersहरू आउनु थाल्यो. I started understanding these values, like you need to segregate, delegate works to different team members. So it's still in a process. I wouldn't say we are such a big organization. It's still a small organization.
That's great. So, uh, how do you advise youths to bring out a balance in their personal and in their professional life? So, what is that key thing that you have to consider?
See, you should be very honest to yourself. If you know a personal thing is coming into your professional life, I think you should not bring it in between. So it's as simple as that. Because see, you know what it is, and then if you're honest to yourself that a few things of a personal problem that you cannot bring in, that means you cannot bring in. It's as simple as that.
So, you have to keep your all personal life at the home when you come to the office, like
Right,
play
right,
and
right.
your professional
And
life.
at the same time, you need to balance it as well. Both are equally very important.
Okay. Tell me about little about the different phases of problems and lessons learned that you have done in your entrepreneurial journey. When I read about you, your company, and I really related it with Steve Jobs' story. When Steve Jobs at the age of 30, because of conflicts with investors, he had to leave his own company. Something similar happened to you, right? So, how did you gather yourself in that situation of life, and how did you rebound from that situation?
Uh, to be very honest, it was a overnight thing decision. Uh, I set up the new company within 2 weeks. And how did I do it? It's all because through my years of experience, brother. So it was all through my years of experience. I knew what I had to do, where I had to go. Uh, so yeah, that's how I did it. And if I talk about what do I feel bad about it, I think it was a blessing in disguise for me. So I'm happy where I am right now.
So, what is the most important lesson that you have learned from that incident,
I think you should not trust everyone so easily.
especially in the business?
Yeah.
Right. So, it can when it would happen to some people, it would have been a very drastic moment. I think you've gathered yourself very calm, and you rebound and rebound with a style, and then come to taken tier to that heights, where there is there might be competition in the market, but like you have taken TFT to a very new heights. Like so, what personality of yours really supported you at that time, and what kind of support did you get from your outer environment?
See, one thing I told myself at that point of time was people may steal whatever I have from me, any materialistic things, but no one can steal from me is my years of experience that I have, the talent that I have. So believing in myself, believing in what I have done over the years was the way forward for me to go. So त्यही गरेर एक्सपिरियन्सले गरेर अनि the amount of network that I had built over the years, that's how it took me just another 2 to 3 years to reach where I am today.
So I think that, like you said, it was blessing in disguise. It must be happening for you. But we can see that there are a lot of youths in the country, who struggle with failures and rejections, right, in their career and business. What kind of advice do you like to give them?
See, Nepalma problem. Well, I don't know. I would talk in terms of Nepal. Nepalma, let's say, बच्चादेखिको नै failure has been sort of पाप गरेको जस्तो क्या. It sounds like you have sinned. It's a big sin that you have failed, which is very wrong. I think it's okay to fail. In order to be successful, you need to fail. If you talk about me, for me, failure has been a part of me for a very long time, since my childhood days. So I have been brought up the way, fail ghumdai नै आइरहेको. So it was never for me like a new thing that I was never afraid of failing. So I think we should accept that failure is okay. It's not a sin. You have not done any sort of sin. Until unless you don't fail, how would you even that means you have not even tried. It's okay to fail, and then you should move ahead, learn through experience.
I've been getting. I'm so sorry. I think I had a small problem with my internet again, so I just ended it and I came back. So we are in conversation with Ahmed Dulla. So I think he had such things, so many things, so many interesting things, so many motivational things to say, and because there was some problem in my audio, or I don't know, with the internet or something, so I had to reconnect it because he has so many wonderful things to say. And I didn't want that audio to play any villain in there. So we were in the conversation. So we'll just start. Okay. Right.
Hello. Is it better
I
now?
think that was the fan. That your fan थियो because.
अघि कस्तो झेर भएर थियो.
In Butol, you cannot live without the fan. Yesterday it was so cool. I mean, it was raining. It was so nice. As I said, I wonder if it was not locked down, people are outside and John got me and like. Thankfully, we are inside the house. So yes, we're talking about failures, right? So you talked about there has been this ekdam डर खालको उछान the failures ma Nepal ko लागि हैन, and people even stop doing anything in fear of failures, right? So that
fear of failure, right.
Yeah. So what do you want to say youths so about this trend or this culture that they have developed?
Main thing what I would like to tell everyone is it's okay to fail. Fail हो no, it's normal. Because we have been brought up in such a way that fail चाहिँ नहुन पाउने खालको हैन. It's just a पाप गरेको जस्तै हैन. It sound like कस्तो फेल भन्दाखेरि you have sinned and then कति हेला गर्ने हुन्छ, फेल भएको यो यस्तो फलानाले गर्नु सकेन, you bring that person down. Right. So I think that because of that society with the pressure, just because someone has failed, it scares a lot of people. But in my case, failure has been something that has been with me from a very young age, from a very, very young age. So, but then with failure, I've learned a lot of things. I've understood a lot of things. I think it makes me more wiser because of failure. So what I would always say is, if you want to be successful, you have to fail first. Failure is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's normal. That's what I would always tell in most of my lectures to students.
Yeah, because when I read about Steve Jobs and when on that page when he was fired from his own company, so company got that. There was this line here, and I really liked it. So when he was out of the Apple, so he said one thing: the burden of success was no more there. So he was free to do so many things. Right? Then he started
Right.
next, picture, invest got in
Mm.
the, and the world got the
Mm.
first animated movie, Toy Story, right? Then he got
Mm.
next. So he was doing so much fine. So the burden of success sometimes does not help us to perform. So I think that has been my funda as well, like not to worry about
Yeah.
failures, get do something, right? So thank you
Right.
so much for that wonderful suggestion to youth. And so what will be your take on youth? Many youth who want to start a business, they sometimes don't have uh, what is a knowledge or about business, or there is not a good mentorship culture in Nepal as well.
Mm.
If you really go deep, right? So for such youth, when they want to start a business or start a business in a partnership, so what kind of advices or what kind of clarity do you think they should have among the partners and among themselves?
See, first thing is when you talk about partners, I think सकेसम्म है सकेसम्म जति सकेसम्म don't do with partners. That would be my personal experience, right? जति सके if you just look at it, if you can do it on your own, that would be the best ever way. There will be so much of liberty for you. You do not need to be answerable to anyone. You can think freely, decide on your own. But then even if you are you think you need a partner, and if you want to go to the way of partner, the first thing ever is in a partnership you should decide is how would this company end. That is very important.
So how
That
will you
that
take your own
that is
ways?
hmm. Yeah, that is the first thing that you have to decide, how will this company end. This is through my experience that I've learned that you should decide that within your partners first, and then after that you can go ahead. The other thing, it is I've always preferred एक्लै नै गरेको अनि बिस्तारै गर्ने. You should not hurry. होइन? And then if you someone wants to start up on their own, just in my case मैले चाहिँ के गरेँ भने I took a internship होइन, in my own field, whatever मैले जुत्ताको नै internship गर्दाखेरि there are a lot of things that I learned. Uh, at that point of time you will not learn, you feel like you are not learning, but then you are learning, and then you realize यो कुरा चाहिँ कहिले realize हुन्छ भने later on you'll realize. For example, I would talk about, let's say, कुनै students they work in a bank होइन, त्यो ब्याङ्कमा काम गर्दाखेरि फ्रन्ट डेस्कमा राख्छ नर्मली. त्यो फ्रन्ट डेस्कमा बस्दाखेरि त्यस्तो धेरै काम त देखेको हुँदैन नर्मली होइन. अब त्यो कस्टमरलाई ह्यान्डल गर्यो, फर्म सम भर्यो, फोटो कपी गरेर बस्यो, यताउति डिपार्टमेन्टमा पुऱ्यायो. आई थिङ्क यु सुड डु इट. See, when will this work help you is once you leave your internship, you start up your business. Now you have a network with the bank. कतिजना चिनेर हुन्छ त्यहाँ ब्याङ्कमा, साथी हुन्छ कि त्यहाँ. Then it works. It helps you in that way. होइन, कतै के प्रब्लम छ भने ब्याङ्कहरूबाट अब भनौँ न 1 मिनटको काम पनि नर्मली ब्याङ्कहरूले भोलि आउनु न दाइ भोलि गरिदिन्छु भन्छ. तर अर्जेन्टली भइरहेको छ भने, कोही चिनाजाना छ भने द्याट पर्सनले त एकैछिनमा गरिदिन्छ क्या. सो त्यस्तै गरेर मेरो पनि मैले पनि इन्टर्नसिपमा मैले के गरेको छ, मैले डिजाइनरको डेजिग्नेसनमा गएको मैले होइन. त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ वाट ह्यापन्ड वाज आई वाज नेभर गिभन द पोस्ट वर्क अफ अ डिजाइनर. मेरो काम के थियो भने फोटोकपी नै गर्ने थियो है. फोटोकपी गरेर डिपार्टमेन्ट पुऱ्याउँथेँ मैले. अनि त्यसपछि पिओनको काम पनि गरेको छु, त्यो घन्टी बजाइदिने होइन, लेबरहरूको लन्च टाइम हुँदाखेरि त्यो पनि घन्टी बजाइदिन्थ्यो, चियाहरू पुऱ्याइदिन्थ्यो है, सबै गरिदिएको थिएँ मैले त्यो टाइममा. अनि तर मैले त्यो टाइममा त्यस्तो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ के भयो भने आई ह्याड लट अफ गुड रिलेसनसिप विथ माई फ्याक्ट्रीको पिपलसँग होइन. आई अलवेज आस्क देम क्वेसन्सहरू, कतिको किन कम्पनीजहरूले प्रडक्सन रोकेको होइन, किन क्यान्सल भयो, अब क्यान्सल भएको जुत्ताहरू कन्साइनमेन्टहरू हाउ डु दे म्यानेज इट. सो देयर लट अफ थिङ्स द्याट यु लर्न ओभर द टाइम. देयर इज अल्सो टाइम वेयर आफ्टर आई लेफ्ट फ्याक्ट्री, जब मलाई कोही जुत्ता बनाउँदाखेरि प्रब्लम भयो भने, टेक्निकल प्रब्लम बुझेन भने आई अलवेज गो ब्याक टु देम, त्यो चिनेको मान्छेहरूलाई मैले आई आस्क देम, यो हिलमा इट्स वबलिङ अ लट होइन, यो वबल किन भएको, के प्रब्लम भएको. सो दे टिच मी, तिम्रो जुत्तामा त्यस्तो एकताल चेक गर, एन्ड इट वर्क्स द्याट वे. So that's how you learn and you network with people. So it's very important that internship गर होइन, खटेर बस्ने होइन. Don't think of मलाई त्यस्तो काम, मलाई ग्रोथ भएको छैन. That is a place where you learn and then you realize over the years.
That's wonderful. Many youths would like एकदम छिटो glamorous job and all that, but they forget they have to start from the base, right? Foundation. So I think it will be really important for
होइन
them.
त्यो
So thank
गर्ने
you.
हो क्या त्यो इन्टर्नसिपमा भुइँ पुछ भने गरिदिने हो टोइलेट सफा गरेर गरिदिने हो क्या त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ देयर इज नो लाइक यु डु नट सेलेक्ट वाट यु वान्ट टु डु भनेर जस्ट गरिदिने हो त्यो टाइममा खट्ने हो क्या द्याट यु सुड डिसाइड द्याट हुन्छ नि इन्टर्नसिपमा मलाई जे गर्नु लगायो भने गरिदिन्छु खालको यु गो द्याट वे
So that also makes you, I think, humble. Like they're very,
राइट
because you know the groundwork as well, right? So when you come there,
एक्ज्याक्टली त्यो
okay,
टाइममा चाहिँ यु डु नट थिङ्क अफ एनिथिङ लाइक हुन्छ नि दिस को वर्कर मलाई राम्रो लागेन मलाई यो बसले मलाई एकदमै प्रेसर दियो भनेर what you are learning is how not to be that type of boss. You
right.
understand like हुन्छ नि मलाई यस्तो प्रब्लम आएछ भने later on when you be a boss you would never do that thing. So you learn
So I think.
these things as well.
So I'd like to ask this question to you, right? You're also a motivational speaker, right? And you've been to a lot of colleges, right? So why did you choose to do that? Like, you're an entrepreneur, like you have a full-time work. So why did you choose to go to the youth and share your story, right? So you've been doing that for so long, right? So why did you choose to do that?
One of the main reason was what I have because see what I've learned over the years something that was never told to me you know something that I never anticipated कति दुःखहरू भोग्दाखेरि I always feel that you know no one else should go through that भनेर because त्यो टाइममा I had no idea like oh यस्तो पनि हुन्छ भनेर after you experience it then I always wanted to I have to share these stories along that's how I started and then most of my speeches that I give motivational speeches is mostly based on my life you know how I handled it how I took over it and then people are able to relate to it so it's not more of an advice that I give I share my experiences you know and they're able to connect to it so that's how it happened.
So I think I like to add to that, right? So I think because you've done, like you said, you've done internship and you've done so like, you know, trivial works, minimal, small works. So do they connect? Do they become helpful? Such stories, do they become helpful when you say the stories?
Yeah, of course, it helps. It's still I like to date my whenever I, you know I have to let's say even wash a bathroom in my office. I do it on my own, and then when my staff and all sees it and they feel like oh daile nai garnu bhairachha bhanta it's okay for us and we want to do it. So त्यो I have to lead that way. So I do the भुइँहरु पुछिरा हुन्छु when I go to Log Mall को show त्यो भुइँहरु पनि पुछिनै राख्छु. So it's normal. I think it's a cool thing. And if you know, I'm a part-time, you know, Pathao rider पनि गर्छु म राति.
Really?
I take rides and all. Yeah.
I think when
so from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock सम्म चाहिँ म राति गर्छु कि part-time.
All right. So because you said in some of your interviews and even before you went to suit designing, you said you wanted to be a cab driver. I think, are you making that dream come true?
Yeah. I'm that's there. That's why that dreams I नआउन सकेर I chose Pathao.
Right.
So I chose Pathao and Pathao गर्दाखेरि.
Do you tell the people I'm Ahmed Dulla, like when they come to?
No, few people कसैले त चिनि नै नहुन्छ. And so they feel like, you know, that I'm so privileged to sit behind you and they feel like तपाईँलाई त टिप दिनु पनि मलाई लाज लाग्छ भन्छ. दिनुस् के छैन टिप दियो भने के प्रब्लम छैन भन्छ. So there's nice stories and all.
So I think like, you know, many people have to try that. People of your level have to try that as well.
They have to. I think you have to try and then yeah. Until गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ what happens is you learn like how many people, what type of people you meet, होइन कस्तो किसिमको मान्छेहरू पनि हुँदो रहेछ. You learn that.
So that is so humble. Like you learn. I think you hear a lot of stories. Then like that can be very inspirational. So that is so nice. I didn't know this part of you, because that is not in any other interviews. Have you told this in other interviews? Because I didn't.
No, I'm not told. It's just been 2 months मात्र भइरहेछ. 2 months जति भइरहेछ.
Right.
2 महिना मात्रै भयो.
I've heard तपाईँले चाहिँ के अरे I wanted to do त्यो ट्याक्सी फेरि भनौँ न नेपालमा सुरु गर्छु होला म एकदम राम्रो ब्रान्डिङ गर्छु होला kind of हुन्छ नि. I heard that in your interview, but I never heard this part of the story, and that is really inspiring.
Yeah, the taxi thing only was something that, you know, It's on hold, and so I thought, till time much, let me just do Pathao. It's much cheaper. It's almost the same, but so that's how I decided to sign up for the job.
The Pathao office might have been like surprised when you went there to validate your license or something might be.
Yeah, I wish they did not recognize and तर चिने क्या that time अनि भाइ यस्तो तपाईँले किन गर्नुपर्ने काम भनेको अनि यसो रमाइलोको लागि भने अनि हाँसे क्या.
So that's really humble, right? And that's really inspiring. Okay, I'll come to the next part of our talk, which is about brand, right? So you've taken all of your brands, your Dulla, TFT, to new heights, right? And what I think, from what I've studied, I think brand is something that is alive and that really evolves, right? So what is your opinion about brand and how to establish a brand and how to sustain a brand?
See, Nepalma, if you look around, if you closely monitor, let's say भोलि बिहा छ होइन, you need to buy shoes or clothes or कोही सुटहरू किन्नु पर्यो भने there's no way that you can go for a brand. There's no any brand that is there. There are, but then just the brand wise छैन फेरि होइन. If you want to go for a premium brand को लागि छैन. But then if you go to, let's say, not too far, US पनि जानु नपर्ने, इन्डिया नै जाउँ न. इन्डियामा जाँदाखेरि you can choose so many brands. You can go for Zara, H&M, you can go for Steve Maddenहरू कति brandsहरू छ. Those are brands that I'm talking about. So नेपालमा त्यस्तो brand भन्ने छैन क्या. Most of them are all like regular retail stores, multi retail stores, अब यतिको होलसेलमा उठाएर किन्ने खालको. So त्यो चाहिँ छैन नेपालमा. So what I did was I came up with a brand which was fully dedicated to handmade shoes, leather productsहरू भनेर आएको. And then we make only 100 pairs limited edition shoes भनेर as a brand को एउटा हुन्छ नि एउटा USP selling point भनेर आएको. So brand, when I started this brand, I thought of selling it to the young girls also, young girls who college going who are very fashionable भनेर. But then that did not work out. किनभने I directly मैले कस्टमरलाई सोधेको थिएँ क्या त्यो टाइममा त्यो बहिनीहरूलाई त्यो जुत्ताहरू किन नकिनेको मेरो भनेर. So what they told me was, दाइ जुत्ता त महँगो छ अनि हामीलाई अलिकति पैसा पनि लिमिटेड पाउँछ पकेट मनी, and then limited pocket money पाउँछ, so we have to think about it भनेर, and we have to buy one. So that hit me, and I thought मलाई त्यस्तो भयो भने I would not go around buying it. I need time to think about buying anything because of limited pocket money. So I thought कसले चाहिँ किन्दैछ भनेर. And then whoever buying it, those are all doctorsहरू रहेछ क्या, doctorsहरू थियो, bankersहरू रहेछ. So then I realized these are people with disposable income who's got regular incomes, and that's how I shifted my brand focus to those people, who's got good regular income sources. And then that's how I came up with the branding ghumdai. Initially, खासमा त्यो टाइममा when I was selling shoes, I was selling it for 2,500, 3,000 rupees. And then as people started accepting my shoes or brand, and then bistari we could increase the prices and all.
Then you went to the males as well.
Right.
So why was the strategy accepted? It was demand of the market. You did a proactive research.
Yep, I think people were genuinely liking it, and it is so they were able to relate to my I had a story also to tell. There was a story behind the brand, and then people genuinely started liking it, and that's how it became. And on top of that, just the competition पनि थिएन क्या, त्यो अलिकति niche market मा गएर यो जुन चाहिँ market, that segment I'm targeting. So they were they were there, and there were a lot of things that word of mouth, those marketing word of mouth also played a major important role. And I struggled a lot, किनभने त्यो first 3 years मा म आफै deliveryहरू पनि गरिरहेको हुन्थ्यो हैन. एउटा जुत्ता माग्ने ठाउँमा मैले 2-3 वटा जुत्ता लगेर जान्थ्यो, so that they could have a look at it. So it was that way I had gone through.
So if you see Nepal no living condition anyway, because there are a lot of designer schools they normally focus on fashion designing, clothing and all that. So there are a lot of students who are learning designing right now, if not into shoes but into clothes, like fashion designing and all that. So what kind of advice would you like to give them to start their own brand of clothing or own brand of fashion?
See, where they most of them personally I see is where a lot of designers make mistake is they go for designer ways you know. I think Nepal we don't need designer ways, we need more of brands right? Where good number of people can buy and wear them often, not just designer wear that you just wear them once and then it's done
Right.
होइन गाउनहरु के यस्तो हुन्छ अनि occasional wear अब साडीहरु लेहेंगाहरु हुन्छ you just wear on a marriage or certain occasion मा so we need more of brands त्यो ब्रान्ड्सहरु भएर त्यो जुन चाहिँ everyday wear को लागि होस् so they should go in terms of brand not as a designer wear.
So popular market ma चाहिँ like in a mass market ma हुन सक्ने. Okay.
Not too mass also, you can just make decent mass भनौं न अब like you can make really good materials basic t-shirts बनायो भने I think it's good enough.
About like the trend Nepal ma ke cha भन्दा एकजनाले यो गर्यो भने अर्कोले पनि त्यही गर्छन् copy paste को जुन चलन छ. What do you feel about that, like people not coming up with creative innovative ideas? What do you feel about that trend?
See that trend is something that I think even if they do it, it will die on its own. Any brand that you want to start, it can be same. I see. Just because Japanese have the cars doesn't mean that other countries can't make cars, right? If you look at in terms of let's say Japanese cars or money, it's there. But then even exactly like German cars are good enough. Right? They have their own features. They have their own let's say USP selling point. So you can come in the same field, but then you have to prove yourself that why are you the best? Why are you different from them? That is very important.
So you have to learn to stand out in that.
You have to stand out. Your USP, your unique selling points. Why are we different? What is so special in us?
That we have to deliver through our brand values or our company values.
Exactly.
And through our marketing and all that, right? So coming to marketing, like so you have exploited Facebook at initial days. I think marketing, even sales, right? And you've been really tremendous at the social media marketing. You always talk about social media marketing a lot in your interviews and in your talks as well. So. So what are your key strategies for marketing, like for social media marketing or traditional marketing? So what are your key strategies? I wouldn't like to listen all of them, like secret sauce or what they might, but something to consider that we can
see. There's nothing secret that I do. It's as simple as that. That social media marketing is so flexible, so easy. Right? Social media marketing, you can exactly target whomever you want. Why would I target men?
Right.
So my advertisements will exactly go to those audience that I want to. कुन चाहिँ age group को लागि, हैन? कुन चाहिँ location मा target गर्ने, male कि female gender लाई target गर्ने. So it's as convenient as that. And on top of that, the best part is very cheap. For $20, you can almost have 70 to 80,000 audiences. त्यतिसम्म hit जान्छ. Now you talk about print media, it's way too expensive. The smallest decent, let's say, advertisement, it goes in more than $20. Probably go more than $200, $300. And त्यो पनि न्युजपेपरमा देख्छ कि देख्दैन थाहा पनि छैन हैन कसले चाहिँ पढिरहेछ त्यो न्युजपेपर्सहरु. So it doesn't make sense in print media त्यति. So social media it's so friendly. I'm just भनौं न मेरो आफ्नै personal page मा I put up a story saying that okay I have my shoes ready in the store. We have instantly a set of customers from there itself without even from the official page.
Right.
So it's so easy to spread your message across. And that's why if you have realized, I live in Nepal context, a lot of big companies, corporate houses have started coming in social media and have started giving a lot of importance to it. 1-2 years back, they were most of them were not even there.
So talking about TFT right now, so do you have a different company or different team to create the content for your social media platform, or you oversee it still?
No, I have a team now.
Uh,
So I have a team. I just have a look here and there. Just to say sign up. अहिलेको टाइममा right now this lockdown we also we will be the first one in Facebook होइन social media to have bot replies हरू गर्ने अब चाहिँ.
right.
So त्यो bot reply हुन थाल्छ अब.
Okay, that's fantastic. So let's talk about youths who want to start a business. And आजकल चाहिँ youth will have a lot of ideas in mind, which can be good, which can be bad, and they want to start a business. They want to do really excel in this business or in their career, and they may be lagging in a lot of factors such as skills or even values or good vision, sometimes even capital to start a business, right? And even knowledge of business. So, in your opinion, what is the most important thing that they should carry when they want to start a business?
Number one, passion. You have to have passion. It's as simple as that. Your passion चाहिँ हुनै पर्छ whatever you want to start. In my case, my passion is for shoes. How does it matter to me? Because I never get bored of it. I'm always hungry. Anything related to shoes, I'm always ready to listen to. I'm always ready to look out for, to educate myself with shoes. I never get bored of भनौँ न it's के भन्छ Monday morning होइन फेरि काममा जानु भन्छ जस्तो you never get bored. You always constantly thinking. There's never a dull moment.
Right.
That's what I always say. You have to have passion about something.
And that passion should be supported, fired, ignited by what other factors do you think?
Yes. So once you have a passion, then you need to have patience. It takes time to nurture that brand.
Right. Yes.
And then you need to have perseverance. So gradually start learning. Then you start learning with experience.
So what do you think is the problem of? Yeah, I'm following. So what do you think is the problem for many entrepreneurs, like young entrepreneurs who are just starting a business and who are doing a startup and trying to scale up? What do you think might be the problems to not hit the success button?
I think a lot of people, a lot of youngsters are confused with the passion. To figure out the passion. That is very important. And as soon as you're sure about it, I think you should just hit it. And then, like you talk about, money problems. Trust me, I started with 2.5 lakhs. There's so many investors, people with money who's ready to invest. They always come and tell me, we want to invest. Investor companies are they're easily ready to throw 10 crores, 20 crores. पैसा नभएको होइन क्या नेपालमा पैसा चाहिन्छ भने जति पनि फाल्न रेडी छ मान्छेहरू but then obviously they have seen my side of business, so they are pretty confident about it. That's why they have been coming to me, and this is something that has taken over the years again, right? So you can start with something small, and then over the years there are always people who are looking out to invest somewhere or the other, and at that point of time probably you'll be like me, rejecting all the investors. I have rejected all the investors. अहिलेको टाइममा you might feel like, oh, I don't have money, I wish I had someone to invest. But then after you create a brand, after a few years, you will start thinking whether I should get investors or not. You will start to get confused, like two time matter.
So now you're looking for investors, and some years back, investors are ignorant. Okay, that's really good. But do you think Nepal so if you have good idea, very good business idea, so do you think there are a group of people who might be interested in investing into your idea for somebody who's just starting? Any platform like that?
Just to there are in Nepal investing companies of it. But then even they will, I think they would also play safe for a new company, like say. But then if you have really very good idea which you are able to convince investors, I think you never know what will click.
All right. So then I think the good thing would be to start up with your idea, like you take it to some place, then then you can lure the investors if your idea is good enough. So I think that is
right.
yeah. Okay, so we're shifting to towards the end of our conversation. It is really nice. And I feel like I can go with conversing with you for very long, but I'd like to sum up with some ending points. So relating to your story, right? So there are many youths who become successful very easily and very soon enough, right? They hit an idea and they become successful enough. But then again, there are a lot of youths who even have not found their passion, like you have said. My passion, my interest, for even 22, 23, 24, 25. And society is so competitive and they pressurize you so much nowadays. Like such youths, passion, aim, they become really frustrated. Yeah? Right. So what kind of advice do you want to give to such youths? So do you think it is good for them to be frustrated, or there are some good things coming for them as well?
See, when you talk about passion, it doesn't mean you have to be passionate about the regular ones, right? If you're very passionate, if you're really good at dancing, there's TikTok today for you, right?
Right.
If you're very camera friendly, you can start earning money from YouTube. There's always a platform. So social media has already given you a platform to showcase your passion. I mean, because we are so obsessed with the regular conventional careers like doctors, pilots, or you think that could be a passion. You can start I was shocked with the way TikTok was working, because TikTok I started I think just a week back, and I saw it was entirely a different world there. TikTok there are baje bozu have got thousands and thousands likes, I mean followers also. There's a few of them have millions followers also. So it's crazy that way, right? That's how I found. If you cannot now complain that I like to dance, but then I don't know where should I show it. Or if you like to do acting, right? Because what happens is now brands are going to come after you. Brands are going to start paying, and that's what I want to do. Start from TikTok now. Start getting people for brands like us. I've already decided that TikTok whereas I'm going to start कोहीको जति जति राम्रो छ सेलेक्ट गरेर जस्तो मोडल बनाएर प्रमोट गराएर we pay them, because मैले चाहिँ के रियलाइज गरेँ भने कतिवटा what do you say टिकटकमा चाहिँ ब्रान्ड प्रमोसन त त्यस्तो भएको देखेको मैले देखेको छैन. So one thing I know is I'm going to get a very good deal from from TikTok बाट चाहिँ. So this is an example that I'm just giving it to you.
Yeah, TikTok itself, if you look at the TikTok the value manage, they are creating some kind of brand ambassadors, when I say, which you can in team up, business can team up. So it was one of the core values of TikTok, but I don't think it has been exploited and explored in Nepal. I've seen some of the companies trying to do that. It was it was in one of my proposals type lockdown, so it was in my there as well, because there are a lot of TikTokers users, right, who can be, they have millions they can be explored and exploited audience, like any brand can reach a height. I think from
in fact they have there's so many TikTokers, but they have much more higher followers than Nepali celebrities,
right.
So a lot of brands have not been seeing that side of it, so that's how I was shocked. And then I see something out of it. I want to make something out of it.
Yeah, that will be pretty good for good news for TikTokers, right, as well.
And there's something that I want to show you.
That is Pathao. What is that?
Take this up.
Thank you, sir. A little higher, okay, yeah. See money in the box. Pathao logo, I think you see that.
Bhitor ke dekhaya sir?
Bhitor you send paisa.
This is my Pathao ko maile jati jati kamaunchu, I put it in this box.
All right, great. So
I put this in my office, and then every day whenever I next day whatever I earn, I put it here, and then we want to see it growing. So that's how I try to sort of motivate my staff, or एक रुपैयाँले पनि कतिको बढ्दो रहेछ भनेर.
Right. So you've been doing really great thing. So I think that will take me to the next question to you, right? So I think I think you love to answer this question. So, doing your business, right, and you're been working like for so many long years, how that has developed you as a person.
Uh, I think I've started being very understanding. For instance, यति वर्ष भइसक्यो कस्टमर्सहरूसँग डिल गरेर वान अन वान पहिलादेखिको होइन I've met so many sort of customers over the years. So many राम्रो पनि भेटेछ नराम्रो पनि भेटेछ गाली गर्ने पनि भेटेछ मुख छाड्नेहरू पनि भेटेछ and you know how it feels because you have experienced it over the years. So whenever I now go to some other company or some other brands and all, I try I try to understand at the best of level, and I don't want to shout at them even if I'm disappointed. For example, a few months back when I was in one of the five-star resorts, veg momo ma त्यो जुगा पाइथ्यो क्या त्यो worm. And after that thing also, I was okay with it. My friend was like, okay, होइन यस्तो के भन्छ my friend was like यो त कम्प्लेन गर्नु पर्यो होइन कराउनु पर्यो यस्तो मैले भने छोडिदियो उसले जबरजस्ती हालेको होइन होला शेफले होइन इट्स कि बाई मिस्टेक भएको होला and then I just called up the manager and बिस्तारै भन्यो होइन यस्तो यस्तो पाइछ दाइ बी केयरफुल नेक्स्ट टाइम तपाईँहरूको फरेनर क्लाइन्ट्सहरूले तपाईँहरूले पुरा गाली गर्ला यस्तो टेन्सन मात्रै हुन्छ so that's how I deal with them over the this is what has taught me that कुनै अरू कम्पनीहरूलाई whenever I go भनौँ न ब्याङ्कहरूतिर जाँदा कि when I'm not satisfied with any service I think I'm very calm now because I think they must be having some problem of their own होइन कसैको बुढीले गाली गरेर बिहान they must be having a bad day so you start to understand a lot.
So I feel that like when you grow into a business and when you like become very successful in a business or one field, like you start growing intellectually and spiritually, right? So this is just what I want to ask you, like what is your vision for the humanity around yourself? How do you think, how do you see the humanity and how do you want to change it?
Like in what way?
I don't know. हाम्रो human life like humanity like human life like I think you have some vision about that. I feel so भर्खर तपाईसँग कुरा गर्दा I feel so like we have a lot of plans for the like humanity or human life around you for a lot of people. So what exactly is your vision? Are you thinking of something big in terms of like helping people or helping the humanity?
See, we're talking about अहिले corona COVID-19 को pandemic भएछ होइन over the time यसको इलाज आउँछ होइन यसको भ्याक्सिनहरू आउँछ but what we at the moment we are not talking about is hunger. Hunger is the pandemic over the
right
true very no one is talking about अहिलेको टाइममा the government is not supposed to do anything. The government could have just fed people around. And when we talk about national treasure ma यति पैसा छ ब्याङ्कमा रिजर्भ ब्याङ्कमा यति पैसा छ what are you keeping your money there for? Now is the time. There's a disaster that has happened in a country and I feel really sad about this thing. I wish someday I would have a place where 24/7 people would just come walk in, have food for free and just walk out. That is what something pain hunger is something that you cannot live. Pandemic ma people can COVID-19 ma isko vaccine आउँछ it will go away in few days or few months ma but this hunger is there for kaile dinko it will still go on and that's what I personally like feel bad about that someday I wish we केही न केही गर्नु चाहिँ सक्छ कि भनेर that it should be like free food. Like people can just walk in and just have and just leave. I think that is very important for any human race, I think.
So yes, that is something we should all make efforts to happen. And if I really, I promise that if we work on that, like or at my end, I work on that, like in my part of that, I promise you here. And I think it will be really incredible to join hands together and work on this one. Right? Okay, so I think that is the end of what I have planned to ask you. So your last question, so I really thought thoughts I think you have some plans, and happy that I asked you, and like you got a wonderful vision of in your mind. So I think this is a last question. I'm very topic on the baida, but this is something I wanted to bring out in my live sessions in Jodeki, because अस्ति भर्खर त्यो boys locker room को कुरा आएको थियो, and like online sexual harassment has been there for very long, but it has surfaced again, and I think it will surface again in future. But as a responsible citizen, I think we need to do something. So I would like to ask you this: online sexual harassment cases it shows like the mentality of masculinity. Males are strong, their feelings they want to overpower in the internet world as well. So what is your stand on this issue? Yoshima, where do you stand, and what do you want to say, or what do you want to give message to such people?
Of course, if the problem is what के भन्छ हाम्रो problem चाहिँ के छ भने the law should be so strict, that the next person who dares to do it will think 10 times. That is the problem. The law is so flexible. There are so many loopholes. त्यो डराउँदैन मान्छेहरू. That is the problem. I would see if you talk about, let's say in China, a few years back when I was in China with my friend, we had gone for a party, right? And he was slightly drunk. So we had gone in his car, and then while returning, I told him, "Okay, let's go back." That's what he told me is like, "No, we can't go in my car. Now we'll take a taxi and go." I said, "Why?" मलाई पक्रियो भने if they catch me drinking and driving गरे भने चाहिँ मेरो 9 months को लागि I think 9 months को लागि चाहिँ मेरो ड्राइभिङ लाइसेन्स सस्पेन्ड हुन्छ अनि त्यसपछि 3 months को लागि I have to go and take classes हरू हुन्छ जस्तो हाम्रो 1 घण्टा नेपालको क्लासेस त्यस्तो हैन क्या you have to go to the academy त्यही बसेर हस्टेल जस्तै 3 months को लागि लगातार पढ्नु पर्छ त्यहाँ and that's what scares them a lot. Instead of doing that, when a person who is drunk, when someone is doing wrong, the other person should be scared of it, and we do not have that law. That is too strict. Our rape laws are like too kind, and in just a few years, or my rape, I think they should be forever behind the bars. So that thing is not there. So it should. Right. It should be like scary enough, like and there's so many loopholes. It's really a sad thing that these sort of things are happening.
So how do you ensure that, in your organization culture, there is no such disparity among male and female in your organization? So how do you ensure that there is no such kind of disparity among male and female? Do you have that organization culture written down, or how do you ensure that?
Just frankly speaking, just organization culture written down right? But then in my case, any of my staff and all, I don't ask them, like for one of the mirror side, but I don't ask any of my staff to call me sir. I make them call me dai. So we make it. I try to make it very friendly environment, and so everyone knows each other. There should be no. It's a very young group. It's a very young group, and then we do not have. We gel around a lot. So obviously, if such type of cases comes in my organization, there would be zero tolerance for it. Definitely, there would be zero tolerance for it.
So I'd like to play a video that Sarla Thapa, her Instagram account, I might be sharing. Right? She made this wonderful video for awareness. I'll play this, and then we'll end this video as well.
Something is happening online, and it needs to stop now. You probably see it all the time. Comments like mal, palu, gossip about other people's relationship, getting harassed or threatened with photos or messages, people sharing private photos without consent, rumors about being gay or straight or in between, what they've done, with who. It's unkind, it's unfair, and it's unwanted. It's called online sexual harassment. It is never acceptable or justified. Sometimes it can even break the law. Online sexual harassment can leave the victims feeling judged, ashamed, and scared. Some people accept it as a con of the online world. but it doesn't have to be. Together, we can do something about it. Together, we can say stop. Reporting unacceptable online behavior can be the starting point. The person it's happening to might not feel like they can report it, but you can. The first step is to tell someone you trust. By telling someone, you are speaking up. So let's all do something about this. Step up and speak up and put an end to online sexual harassment.
All right. So that was the awareness video, right? Okay. So I felt really responsible to bring out this through our live session. So I put that in here. So there is one question. There is question to ask in there. So there is one question. So I'd like to ask that question. Just one question. So anyone would like to ask questions, you can drop down here. So I'll just take one or two questions already. So there is one question already. So Nada Trends, the Instagram account, he or she asks, what is your plan of expansion in future of your company?
See, plan of expansion, I like a time I already have maybe 10, 12 franchise for like say people are ready, but then I don't want to do it. Because I know myself because I'll not be able to handle that amount of stores or that much of demand and my whole idea is I want to take it slow. I want to understand how it's supposed to go because I need happiness in my life as well. Retention that is my whole idea. Expansion ko like people are in line already. It's just that I am stopping it then.
Okay, I think that is the only question we have got. So, but there have been a lot of praise for you. Like Punam Shrestha says, you inspired a lot of designer with your hard work. So great men and like inspirational. So I think a lot of people took away a lot of inspirations from your actions that you have done throughout your journey, right there. So thank you so much. So I think it has been a lot of learning moment for me as well. So there's been one question. Is it a rumor or fact most of the shoes produced in India? Sobina Lama asked that question.
See, we get maximum most of our materials from India. That is the thing. Our maximum everything A to Z is from India.
But they are like manufactured here when you get the raw materials.
Yeah, we manufacture it here also. Now we are planning to manufacture, in fact, in India also because India also we are going to open up a couple of stores there.
All right. Okay, so I think that is the question. So don't have any question for now. So thank you so much, guys. So I think it has been very inspirational talk with you. Your time is really valued. So I'll not be taking any question. Initial marketing, how it changed now? So initial marketing. So do you like to take this question? Like, I think that'll be the last one. How did you do your initial marketing and how has it changed now?
Initial marketing was Facebook, Instagram. Till today, it's Instagram and Facebook. There's no change in my initial marketing and at the present moment. So marketing has been always through social media only.
So what motivated you the most to achieve your goals?
It's again passion for shoes. Passion for shoes. That's what keeps me motivated.
So I think I'll just take this question, So I think you've got your family time as well. So thank you so much for giving this valuable time from your life for us. And so I think it's been really motivating and inspiring talk with you. So much more than I really thought. So you've been very kind, very humble, like in sharing your time with us. So any last words you want to say to us, to me, or to the viewers who've been watching this?
Thank you for inviting me here. It was such a nice interaction that we had. I hope a lot of people, youngsters, take something away from this conversation of ours.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hope to see you after the lockdown is over.
Sure, definitely.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, guys, there was Mr. Ahmed Dulla. I think it was, I really enjoyed this session. It was, in fact, I enjoy all the sessions with all the beautiful people that come to our show, but I think it was much more to hear from the person itself, whose product we have been loving for so long, right? So I think he created such a nice brand for us Nepalese, of what we can be proud about. So such brand of such caliber to come into our country, like, and from our own countryman, is something that we have to cherish and we have to value. So I think Mr. Ahmed Dulla has been doing tremendous job, right? And not only in his business, he's been doing through his motivational speeches as well. And as you've heard, like, he's not only he's about talk, he's about walk the talk. So he's been doing like in a Pathao rides, and he's been saving all the money. And he has like a great vision for the humanity as well. And I think he said something really great today. So the pandemic we have right now is something that is temporary, which might go after a month or a year. But the hunger that people have been struggling for so long, it would be there for today, tomorrow, and for very long to come. So I think it is the responsibility for youths like us, for all the people from our country, to fight against like that hunger. And you can do that. You can fight against hunger later on if you stay at your home, like in a fight against COVID for now. Of course, there are a lot of hungry people out there near your community or locality. There are hungry animals in your locality, in your community. Feed them. Like, I guess we are very lucky to have like internet and this house, and I think you're enjoying a cup of tea as well. So, but there are so many people who have been for whom the luck has not favored so much. So I think it is our responsibility to be available for them. So that is it, guys. I think it has been a really inspirational talk today. So how did you feel about the session today? Please write it to me. I'll post a story. So please give your feedback. I think it is very important that I get a feedback so that I can improve myself and I can improve the content of this program. So thank you so much, guys. Next week, we might be talking about the issues of LGBTIQ and also about online sexual harassment, guys. So please show your love, right? Thank you so much for being there for me and for this show. You've been showing a tremendous love for us and for this show. So thank you so much. Keep loving, guys. Thank you. Bye.